Hey, you guys ever struggle to figure out how much you need to eat every day? I've been trying to lose weight or just get to my body goals for such a long time, and this answer was just not coming to me. I even reached out to like fitness influencers. I did all my research, and no one can give me a clear-cut answer, or they wanted to like charge me, for consulting. And I get it; everyone's different, so maybe everyone's macros or maintenance calories may differ. But I feel like there should be at least a general formula. So during my research, I found something called the Mifflin St. George formula. I don't think I'm pronouncing that right, but this is a template to figure out how many calories you should be eating depending on different factors. And according to research, this is the most accurate way to calculate your maintenance calories, but it's obviously not. There's no perfect formula for it, essentially. What this does is essentially get your BMR, so your basal metabolic rate. So essentially how many calories you need how many calories you burn in a day just doing nothing, essentially, based on all the factors you put into this formula. And then from there, they add a multiplier to multiply that number of calories based on your activity level. So it'll calculate what's called your TDEE, total daily energy expenditure, I think it is. So the factors are your gender, your age, your weight, your height, and your activity level. Everything minus the activity level is your BMR. You put in your activity level, it calculates your TDEE. The only problem is with TDEE, it calculates based off how many days a week you exercise. But the problem I always had with this was, okay, what if someone works out for 3 hours in a day? Insane. And someone else works out for 30 minutes in one day, and those are going to be the same because they worked out that day. That just seems wrong. So I did more digging into this because I wanted to figure out, okay, well, how many calories should I be eating based off of how much I want to weigh? And so for the weight that you put into this formula for what is the Mifflin St. George formula, you could put in your goal weight instead and get your BMR based off of that. Now, as far as the multiplier, which is what I have an issue with, because like I said, someone could work out, let's just be insane, 6 hours on one day, another person could work out for 30 minutes, and they're going to have the same multiplier. That doesn't make sense. So a new method that I found was to figure out what's called your METs. Now, your METs are your metabolic equivalent, and this is found by finding out your metabolic rate while you're exercising versus while you're at rest. So essentially, this is a very accurate multiplier based on the activity you're doing, not necessarily just an abstract umbrella term that says if you exercise today. So for example, for an MET, the multiplier would be 3.5 if you're resistance training, like doing reps from 8 to 15 to get nice and tone. But if you're bodybuilding, strength training, the MET is going to be 6. So the multiplier is different based off of what activity you're doing. If you're walking, it's at about 3 as well too. So, once you know the MET for the activity you're doing, you track how many minutes you do this for each week, and you essentially multiply the two, and then you divide that by 7. Once you divide this by 7, you get the additional calories you get to add to your BMR. Remember, we circled back around. So the BMR, your basal metabolic rate, you add the additional calories you are burning based off of the METs times the minutes per week divided by 7 days. And you can throw in all the activities you're doing there. If you don't just lift weights, if you run, if you walk, swim, resistance train, and bodybuild, anything you can think of, there's an MET for it. And you just track how many minutes you do it per week, multiply by the MET, divide by 7, and add it to your BMR. And this is the answer I've been waiting for so long. And I just figured it out like this past week. And I'm an analyst. I'm not going to be specific as to what I do, but I'm an analyst and I like to create automated things for people. So I am working on something to automate this so people could just input their information, that they need in order to calculate their BMR and then figure out their additional calories they add to their BMR to know how much they need for their maintenance calories. I know there's a lot of new terms, a lot of math in there, but essentially you get how much you need just to survive at the weight you're at, and then you add how much you're burning for your calories every day, and that's how much you should be eating. If you're just trying to stay at that weight. If you're trying to bulk up, then you add anywhere from 200 to 300 calories and just track your progress. You should be gaining about a pound a week, or maybe half a pound a week. And if you're trying to lose weight, then you take away about 500 calories from that maintenance level of calories. And you should be losing anywhere from 1 to 2 pounds a week, which is a healthy way of tracking those two things. These are the answers I've been looking for so long. And I look at fitness influencers, I don't see anyone talking about this. I did all the research, and I mean, it gives me the Mifflin St. GR formula, which is fine, but it's not the accurate answer. And me as an analyst, I need to know the accurate answer. I don't like a guesstimate, and then you have to like track your weight daily and see if trial and error. There's a lot of trial and error. And this, although it's not perfect, it is damn near closer than it is to just the TDEE. Because, okay, for example, my TDEE was about 3,000 calories. And when I did it with this new form of, maintenance calories, hitting my goal weight and adding it to my BMR, it was 2,200 calories. So I was going to be eating 800 calories more than I needed to because of how inaccurate the TDEE can be. So I'm not sure if I'm like the only person on earth who had this issue and was stressing about it and trying to figure out the answer. But yeah, if you listen to the whole thing, congrats. If you have any questions about this, I'm happy to answer. I'm nowhere near an expert. I used to be a kinesiology, a major back in the day. I used to train people back in the day. I'm a jack of all trades, but I'm nowhere near an expert. I'm not a master. Definitely not. I just like to do my research, and I'm an analyst. Like I said, I like to look at all the possibilities, answer solutions to things. And yeah, this is the closest thing I have to an answer for this. So if you want more help on this, if you want me to make a second video follow-up of the formula, or just wait until I've come out with an Excel sheet that automatically calculates this for you, then by all means, please follow up with me. But yeah, if you listen to this whole thing, you're a trooper, and I know you're a fitness person, so hello. I'm also an aspiring fitness person, so thanks for watching.